All right, what's going on, y'all? As everybody know, last night was the BET Awards 2017, and if you follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, or whatever, you know that I was at work for the first half of the awards. When I got home, we were at the second half. So this is not a real recap. This is basically my opinion, and y'all know I'm still filming from my phone right now until I get my camera shit in order, but nobody's really complaining about my phone quality at all. It is iPhone 7, so ain't nobody really got no fucking reason to complain now, really. Now, I don't remember all the winners. I don't. But what I'm gonna do is talk about certain things that annoyed me and some things that I enjoyed. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, this is not a real recap. This is just according to Scotty. According to me, Scotty. So, first off, let me just say that I was very, 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 very excited to see Xscape back on stage. I was so happy to see that. Number one, because my favorite girl groups were TLC, SWV, and Xscape. I grew up on all three of those groups. At an early age, I grew up on all three of those groups. All three of them were out at the same time. I was like 4 or 5 years old when they were hot. So, well, when they first came out, rather. And I grew up on them. My mother listened to them. My cousins listened to them, and I grew up around my older cousins because they were teenagers at that time, and they all listened to it. My mother was more of a TLC fan, but my cousins were more of SWV and Escape. So I got all my TLC life from my mama, and I got all my SWV and Escape life from my cousins. So that's really what it was. So that's why I'm so in tune with the music thing, because I grew up on music. Everybody around me loved music. I was so happy to see them on stage. Candy, Tiny, Latasha, Tamika. I was so happy to see them on stage. Number one, they look very, very. They were bad bitches. Number one, okay, they was cute. Everything about them was cute. Now, one thing I will give a slight complaint about is the length of time they had on stage. They did perform Understanding, Who Can I Run To, and Just Kicking It. But I would have loved to see them perform Tonight and My Little Secret and probably The Arms of the One Who Loves You. But if you're really gonna be honest about it, if you want to perform their best known songs would probably be Just Kicking It, Understanding, and Who Can I Run To. If you're not, an Escape stan like I am, you probably wouldn't even think about the rest of the songs. But if you were just a casual fan of Escape, the first three songs you would probably name would have been Just Kicking It, Understanding, and Who Can I Run To. So it probably made sense for them to perform those three. The performance really wasn't as bad as certain people made it out to be. Now, Candy, she sounded good when she was singing Understanding, but by the time they got to Just Kicking It, she lost her vibe. But other than that, it wasn't so horrible to the point where I got to pan them for it. You know what I mean? Not horrible at all. Mary J. Blige. Y'all also know that I am a huge fan of fucking Mary J. fucking Blige, the fucking queen of hip hop soul. She started out performing Set Me Free. Got the crowd going with that. Then she came back and performed Love Yourself with ASAP Rocky. A song that I'm not particularly the biggest fan of, but I understand why she's performing it. And one thing about Mary J. Blige, and she's another one that I grew up on. One thing about Mary J. fucking Blige, it doesn't matter how old she gets, she does not motherfucking age. Not one motherfucking bitch. She does not age. So that's the main thing. And it's good to see her still out here doing her thing after all this time. This woman came out in 1992. I was 3 years old, and I can remember certain things. We were living in the hood in 1992, okay? Straight up hood, bitches getting beat with skillets and everything. Like, that's the main reason why I'm scared of fireworks these days. Because back then, they were gunshots to me. So whenever I would hear a fucking firework go off, I think it was a gunshot. So we were living in the hood in 92 when I was 3 and 4 years old. And I remember my mom dressing up in the cross colors with the combat boots, with the hats to the back like Mary J. Blige. She really thought she was Mary. I do remember that vaguely growing up in the hood. We grew up in the hood, Canal Street all day. We grew up in the hood. So then another performance that I really enjoyed was New Edition, the Lifetime Achievement Award. And they fucking, deserved it. They're one of the greatest boy bands of all time. And you know, it's like my one of my best friends, she got a daughter, and her daughter is like 7 or 8 years old. And because of the New Edition movie, she loves New Edition. Loves them to death. She loves her some New Edition. And that makes me smile because it's great to see kids that are in that's growing up in this era, including my brother, because you know my brother is 17. So you know, you can say that he grew up on Mary J. Blige only because I was playing it, but you know, his Mary J. Blige was Keisha Cole. That was his Mary J. Blige. My Mary J. Blige was motherfucking Mary J. Blige. You know what I'm saying? So when I see kids like my little brother or younger kids like my friends' kids, because they're all around the same age, and to hear them get into all the older music that we grew up on, it enlightens me to death. I love it so much. You know what I'm saying? And for her to be 7, 8 years old, and for her to know, can you stand the rain word for word? That just gives me all the life I motherfucking need, okay? All the life I need. Every piece of life I need. They gave it to the little boys. They performed, and then they had the cast of the older New Edition perform. That was hot. Everybody had on all white. Then they went up there, the New Edition all together. They went up there, accepted their award, and they went up there and they performed together. And when I tell you, when they said they were going on tour and all of that stuff, I looked at my two homegirls. I said, "Look, we gotta go see New Edition." Like point blank in the fucking period. We gotta go see New Edition. I don't give a fuck where they go. If they in Jackson, Mississippi, we gotta go. Jackson ain't nothing but 30 minutes away. If they in New Orleans 3 hours away. We can go. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is the closest place, we need to go see them. Bottom line, no, just point blank in the fuck period. That's all I'm saying. Um, Leslie Jones as the host. I don't see nothing wrong with her being a host. I feel like people gave her a very hard time. Everybody's comedy ain't for everybody. I can honestly say that. But Leslie Jones did what the fuck she could do with that. You know, I guess y'all want Monique to host again, or y'all want Steve Harvey to host again, or you know, Cedric to host again. But ain't nobody no worse than DL Hughley. That was probably the worst host BET ever had to host the BET Awards. Like, real motherfucking time. But she really wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't bad. Trey Songz. You just need to stick to being a sex symbol and stick to having your shirt off and stick to looking good instead of singing, because it's pretty clear that you can't sing. You know, you sound like a motherfucking goat. It's pretty clear that you can't sing. And you really was sitting up here talking about you was going to be the next R. Kelly. No, you're horrible. If you gon' no. If the rehearsal ain't going too well for you, go up there and lip sync like the Muppet did. Because I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That bitch was lip singing for motherfucking Phil. All that stop, dropping, and rolling her ass was doing, and she didn't even, her vocal wasn't even compromised by that. That's some fuck shit to me, because when, soon after Candy and them was like, dun, 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 every man wants to, they're out of breath after they did all that shit, you know. We can let you pass with that kind of vocal compromise. But if you want to sit up there and make us, but at least make it believable. You got if you're gonna lip sync, be believable with it, bitch. You wasn't even nowhere near believable. We could tell your ass for lip singing. You was doing way too much, looking like you was having a seizure on stage, and you weren't even singing like that, bitch. Sit down. Seriously, sit the fuck down, bitch. You could at least made it look presentable like Kelly Rowland did when she performed Motivation at the BET Awards, because years later, I realized that was pre-recorded myself. Because she was moving way too good for her vocal not to be compromised. You know what I'm saying? Tamar was lip singing. That's all I can say about that. I didn't really pay attention to Migos' performance. What's this girl named SZA? I don't listen to her music. Everybody else seems to love her so much, but whatever. I see Solange won an award. I was happy to see her win. But one thing that got my attention after all of that was the Female Hip Hop Award. Everybody was waiting on that award, you know, because I was at work for the first half. So I didn't see the first half until later on today. Like, I was skimming through it all and all of that stuff. Cardi B, Missy Elliott, Remy Ma, Nicki Minaj, Young Ma, M.A. or whatever. I already said that I feel like Remy Ma should win best female hip hop artist at the BET Awards. She's the most deserving of it all. I mean, she's had a decent year so far. All the way up went platinum. It was a top 40 hit. Money Showers was top 10 in the urban world. She got 2 Grammy nominations this year. She was on a hit TV show with Love and Hip Hop. I mean, she made her moves, and it was some decent moves for her career. And I just didn't see how anybody else could have won. I mean, Nicki Minaj just came back out. Half her singles wasn't doing too well. But this is not really a bash Nicki thing. It's just the fact that at the end of the day, it's somebody else's turn. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real. The very first BET Award went to Eve. And for the last couple of years, from 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, 2002, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9, it went to Missy Elliott. Missy had a winning streak for a long motherfucking time. Then when Nicki came out, she won. For 6 years in a row, she won. Now Remy won. Get over it. She won. But my thing about it is, people love to pan the BET Awards and call them the EBT, the Food Stamp Card Awards and shit, and all of that stuff. But now that, you know, and then y'all want to be all happy-go-lucky when Nicki Minaj wins all these years in a row. But now that Remy won, now the award don't mean shit. At the end of the day, I cannot stand those who think that way. The BET Awards is important for our motherfucking community. That is the only motherfucking award show that caters to us. That caters to us. I'd rather watch BET Awards than to watch the fucking Grammys, than to watch the fucking Billboards, the American Music Awards, the fucking VMAs. And I never review the VMAs because I never watch it. I don't give a fuck about the VMAs. All I gotta say is this. It's fucked up how y'all do that. Y'all will put down your own to be recognized by a bunch of hillbilly rednecks that don't give a fuck about you. So stop it. It's the same thing with August Alsina. When he won his 2 BET Awards his first year out and he cried about it, everybody tried to go in on him like, it ain't a Grammy, it ain't this. But this is coming from somebody that came from the hood. He is being recognized for his work. Just like when K. Michelle won the Soul Train Award, everybody tried to act like it wasn't shit. But it was something to her. After everything she went through, and coming from a ratchet reality show, she's recognized for her work, so that's why she's happy about it. So get over it. And all black shows are just as fucking important as the Grammys and everything else. So whatever. So stop being sore losers. Remy won, and that's that. And stop being mad with her for her fucking speech for shading Nicki, because Nicki does it all the time. When she won about 2 years ago, she shaded Iggy on stage. Just a few years ago, she called Miley Cyrus out on stage. But when Remy take her shots at Nicki, y'all want to be mad. If you're not here for the mess, don't be here for the mess when it's convenient for you. And don't be against it when it's convenient for you. Now, I'm not necessarily saying I was here for it because I wanted Remy to let that be all about her. But these Nicki fans want to get mad with her because she took shots at her. Don't get mad when your fave do the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't funny when the rabbit got the gun. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. But all in all, from what I've seen, this award show was pretty decent. Hopefully they do much better, because you know BT Awards be slacking sometimes and all of that. But you know, that's all I gotta say about the BT Awards, y'all. Until later on tonight, which is Basketball Wives and Love and Hip Hop and all of that stuff. That's when y'all see me again. And I'm out of here, y'all. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my day off. I'll see y'all later. Peace.